开始了。昨天就是还是 Mr. Port 又把所有的和 Ackroyd 的有关人员全部聚在一张桌子上，就开了一个小会。他的意思嘛，肯定这几个人中一定有一个杀人凶手，所以他就说今天晚上一定会把凶手揪出来。好，那就继续今天的故事。With a cry。Mrs. Ackroyd sprang up 什么意思啊？他就肯定爆发了嘛，或者 sprang 就跳起来那种感觉。你看跳起来、弹起来 ，up 向上啊，主要是像这种介词，一个动词加一个介词，主要其实看下面这个后面这个介词 up 就可以 ，up 向上。你看，再和前面一个 with cry， 哭着哭着一下就跳起来了，就有点情绪失控了，是不是 ？I don't like this, she cried。可能他有点紧张了，这种氛围啊，他可能有点紧张了，所以说他就有点有意回避。到底是不是接着看 ？I would much prefer to get home。我更喜欢回家。I prefer to do something。更喜欢做某事。它是一个比较，就和哪个比较？和这种事情来比较，就是要把所有的人聚在一块来比较这件事情。要把这件事情进来比较这个事情啊。继续说 ，You cannot get home, madam。Porter 说了，你不能回答 ，until you have heard what I have said。直到你把我所说的都听完了才能走。He paused a moment, then said， 他停顿了一会儿，然后说道 ，Ralphie Pett and Arthur Burns had the strongest motive for wishing Miss Ackroyd dead 。因为他这两个死了，这个不同意他们俩在一块的。因为这个 Arthur Burns 没有钱然后这个 Ralphie Patton 呢，然后也是一大堆债务嘛，他又不帮他还。But it could not have been Ralphie Patton who was with Miss Ackroyd in the study at 9:30。就是在9点半的这个时候，就 Ralphie Patton 和 Miss Ackroyd 是不可能在一块的。be with 嘛Ralphie Patton was with his wife， 就和他的媳妇在一块，他的媳妇就是这个女佣人嘛 ，Arthur Burns So who was it in the room with Mr. Ackroyd at 9:30？ 9点半的时候，谁和他在一块房子里面 ？And now I asked my cleverest question: Was anyone with him？ 9点半那个时候，你们到底谁和他在里面？Raymond did not seem impressed。就秘书好像没有太过吃惊很镇定I don't know， 我不知道。If you are trying to suggest I'm a liar, Mr. Port, but remember, Major Blunt also heard Mr. Ackroyd talking to someone。这个 Blunt 少校也听到了这个Ackroyd 就是和某个人在说话，那个时候9点半的时候 ，He was on the terrace outside and he heard the voice。就他在阳台端听到说话，就说明他们说的话的声音很大，很重。Port noted， 他也赞同，对这件事我不否認I have not forgotten， 我没有忘記。But Major Blunt thought that it was you. Mr. Ackroyd was speaking to another. Must have been some reason for him to think so. For the beginning of the case, I have been sunk by one thing, the loss which Mr. Raymond overheard. It has been amazing to me that no one has seen anything strange about them. 这是没话的，就是说我刚开始就被这个秘书的一句话Mr. Raymond 的一句话，偶然听到的一句话，我不觉得了，就深深的就是以这个为线索了嘛It has been amazing to me。他让我amazing 就是吃惊的惊奇的，他让我感到奇怪的是，没有人看到奇怪的事情He paused a minute and then quoted softly. There have been so many demands on my financial resources recently. that I cannot agree to your request. Does nothing strike you as strange about that? I don't think so, said Robert. He has frankly dictated letters to me, using almost exactly the same words. Exactly, cried Poirot. Would any man use such a phrase in talking to another? 是不是你们会用这种口气和对别人说 ？No, if we had been detecting a letter， 大声念一封信，就可能被别人逼着念啊。You mean he was reading a letter aloud? Asked Hermia. Surely a man wouldn't read letters of that type aloud to himself. You have all forgotten one thing, said Poirot softly. The stranger who called at the house the Wednesday before. 这是个录音公司录音公司。That's what you say， 这就是你所想的。Poirot nodded， 对，我就这样想的。我联系了这个公司 I contacted the company. The reply is that Miss Ackroyd did purchase a dictaphone. Purchase 购买买了一个录音机Why he did the matter for you, I don't know. 为什么他把这件事隐藏了你呢？我不知道。He must have intended to surprise me with it. 其实说明之前那个 Miss Ackroyd 对这个秘书不是太放心，不是100%的放心然后这个嘛就说还想要给他个 surprise， 又是两个小情侣，为什么要 surprise？ He loved to surprise people. He was probably playing with it like a new toy. Yes, it fits in. 好，就算你解释的有道理，他这句话说 It explains too, said Poirot. 它也能说明 why Major Blunt thought it was you who was in the study. All the same, remain the same. The discovery of yours, brilliant thought of it, doesn't change anything. 你凭空想象，你说的那么有道理，但是也不能改变事实。Miss Ackroyd was leave at 9:30. Since he was speaking into the dictaphone, 就是他在对录音机说话的时候，他还是活着的。As to Ralph Patton， 至于说到这个他的儿子 ，he hesitated, glanced at Usher， 他犹豫了一下，然后扫了一眼他的媳妇。It isn't that I doubt your story for a moment. 他不是 ，it is not that I doubt it. 其实我并不怀疑你的故事，有一段时间我一点都不怀疑你。他这个时候，就刚开始的时候 ，I've always been sure Captain Porter was innocent, but he is in a most unfortunate position. 他在一个非常不幸的位置。If he would came forward， 如果他能上前Porter interrupted. This is your advice, yes? Then he should come forward. Certainly, if you know where he is. Not very far away, said Porter. He's here. He's there. He pointed dramatically to the stage. Everyone's hand turned. Ralph Patton was standing in the doorway. It was a very uncomfortable minute for me. It hardly taken in what happened next. But when I was sufficiently in control of myself to realize what was going on， 就是太突然了但是我有足够的镇静来接受下面这个突然发生的事情。Ralph Patton was standing by his wife, smiling across the room at me. Paul too was smiling and at the same time shaking a finger at me. Have I not told you many times that it is not useless to concern things from Port? He demanded. demanded
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 demanded 啊，这句话谁说的？Have I not told you many times that it is useless to conceal things from Helen? He demanded. 他应该对他媳妇说的。That he will always find those things out. He turned to others. One day, you remember, I accused the fair persons of concealing something from me. Four of them told me the secret. Dr. Sharp did not. I suppose I might as well explain this now. I had been to Rafi that afternoon. 那下午去看过 Rafi. He told me about his marriage and the trouble he was in. As soon as the murder was discovered, I realized that suspicion would fall on Rafi or the girl he loved. That night I told him the facts. The thought of having to give evidence which might incriminate his wife made him decide at all costs to I hesitated, and Rafi spoke up. To the girl, he said. Arthur took her hand from his and stepped back. You saw that, Rafi. You actually saw that I may have killed your stepfather. Let us return to the behavior of Dr. Sharp. 然后是多个特的事情啊。Dr. Sharp was successful in hiding Captain Patton from the police. Well, asked Robert, you should ask yourself the question that I did. If the doctor is concerning the young man, what place would he choose? It must be nearby. I think a hotel now where I have it, a nursing home, a home for the mentally ill. So in order to investigate further, I invited a nephew with mental trouble. I asked Mademoiselle Sharp about suitable homes. She gave me the name of two near to which her brother had sent patient. 他问那几个病人之前呢 I made inquiries. Yes, at one of them, a patient was brought by the doctor near on Thursday morning. So knowing Baron's name, I had no difficulty in identifying that patient as Captain Patton. After certain formalities, I was allowed to bring him with me to my house in the early hours of yesterday morning. Dr. Sharp has been very lonely. He did what he thought would be best. I know that I should have come forward, but in the nursing home, we never saw a newspaper or heard the radio. I knew nothing of what is going on. Well, now we can have your story of what happened that night, said Romid impatiently. Did me correct by doctor? No, I didn't. How did Dr. Sharp feel when he saw Rafi? Uncomfortable, glad. Uncomfortable, glad 是 excited 根本不可能激动吧。他不可预测的，但是他也安然的。What did Dr. Sharp had Rafi a nursing home? 不管第二个，哇，第一个错掉了。But no, he didn't. 收藏点错了一个。这个都无所谓，不管了，自己知道也可以啊，又不是考试。You cannot go home, madam, said Paul, until you have heard what I have to say. Not until 知道什么才？你现在不能走，直到我说完这句话才能走。 这个 note 上贴有这样用的啊。哇，这种用法太屌了，这张贴好的用法。He paused a moment, then said, "Rough Paddy and Earth Burns has the strongest motive for watching Macquarie died." But Major Blunt thought that it was you Miss Ackroyd was speaking to, and there must have been some reason for him to think so. 啊，这句话难解，如果不这样翻出来可能更难。好，我们画一下。But Major Blunt thought that， 但 Major Blunt 认为什么呢？认为 it was you， 他是你，是你，你是谁 ？Miss Ackroyd was speaking to。啊，这句话真的好难呀！他就是说，之前我理解错了，这句话原话是说，Major 上校认为，Miss Ackroyd 是在对你说话 ，and there must have been some reason， 而且还有其他原因 for him to think so。还有其他原因，他会认为为什么我说这个 Miss Ackroyd 是在对你说话啊？对啊 ，was the beginning of case 开始的时候 ，I have been struck by one thing, the was which Mr. Romanoff said。就被他这句话误导了，你可以这样说啊。Does nothing strike you as strange about that？ 这个短语不知道。Strike somebody as 啊。来，大家看吧，不看太累了。我让你们看看。When I was sufficiently in control of myself to realize what was going on, the thought of having to give evidence which might incriminate his wife made him decide at all costs to do it. 啊，短语读一下吧。Spring up 就出现那个在就哭了，然后be struck with something, strike somebody, agree to something, quiet the house, hide something from somebody, fit in, at the same, come forward 上前一步，主动站出来，主动站出来的这样翻译。Be in control 控制掌控，take in 领会。Conceal something from somebody 对某人隐藏某事，隐瞒某事啊。Accuse somebody 指责某人。Fall 承担。At all costs 不惜一切代价为人 send to identify knowing nothing。OK 结束。